Okay, let's get started, folks. Welcome to the regular monthly meeting. The Board of Commissioners held for the purpose of transacting the general business of the township. Today's date is August 14th, 2024. The meeting is being held in the Springfield Township Building and is also being offered in a live streaming feature. The meeting will also be made available on the township's website beginning tomorrow morning. Comments will not be accepted remotely during the meeting, but instructions for submitting public comment in advance of tonight's meeting was provided as part of the posted agenda. Mr. Taylor, if you could please summarize any public comment received prior to this evening.
No public comment was received, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. At this time, I would ask that you please stand and join the Board of Commissioners in a moment of silent reflection. Honor the servicemen and women who have placed themselves in harm's way in order to help preserve our safety at home and overseas. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would at this time entertain a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting as written and recorded in the official minute book of the township.
I'll make that motion.
The motion is there a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Please record a unanimous vote. I believe we have all of our professionals in attendance this evening. And just a few announcements before we get to the agenda. The Board of Commissioners conducted an executive session as part of its August 12th, 2024 workshop meeting to discuss one real estate matter. In sadder news, it is with a great deal of sadness that the Board of Commissioners announces the passing of retired Police Sergeant Raymond Potter. Sergeant Potter was a Springfield Township police officer from 1970 to 2018, and was a mentor for many of the current police officers. In addition to his 48 years of service to the Springfield Township community, Sergeant Potter was a veteran of the United States Air Force. The board shares and sends its condolences to Sergeant Potter's wife and children. I'd also like to announce that the Montgomery County Consortium of Communities, on behalf of 13 participating municipalities, including Springfield Township, will be conducting a written examination and physical agility assessment for entry-level police officers on Saturday, September 7th, 2024, at Springfield Township High School. Interested candidates must complete the online application at www.moncopolicetest.com prior to 4 p.m. on Wednesday, August 28th, 2024. And at this time, the board is now open to comments or questions from the public. The board draws particular attention to those items listed on the agenda this evening. Please be advised that once the committee reports begin, the board can no longer accept questions from the floor. The conclusion of the committee reports, public comments will once again be accepted. However, official action on those issues listed on the agenda will have already taken place. Therefore, if you wish to comment on an agenda item, now would be the appropriate time. No pressure, okay.
Recycling report, recycling report.
Okay, hearing none, we will now go to our committee reports, and I will start as the chairman of the Public Safety Committee. This item is regarding the fireworks, the annual fireworks display at North Hills Country Club. I move that the Board of Commissioners waive section 3303.112 of the Springfield Township Fire Prevention Code in order that the North Hills Country Club may conduct a professional fireworks display on Sunday evening, September 1st, 2024, at approximately 8:15 p.m. as part of the club's annual Labor Day celebration. The approval is conditioned upon the following. One, the pyrotechnical firm in North Hills Country Club shall add Springfield Township as an additional insured on their certificates of insurance for the event. And two, the pyrotechnical firm and the North Hills Country Club shall work closely with the Springfield Township Fire Marshal and Orland Fire Company to help prevent an accident and to create a plan of action in the event that an accident does occur during that activity. That is my motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Questions or comments?
Question.
Additional insured, we're being named. Are there limits required? What are the limits?
Limits are included.
1 million, 2 million, 5 million?
Yeah,
10
they
million?
exceed our minimum requirements.
Okay. As long
So
as they exceed our.
2 million and 5 million in the aggregate.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
Great. Any other questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Please record a unanimous vote. And that concludes my report this evening. We will now go to the chairman of the Community Development Committee, Commissioner Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have one resolution with regard to the land development for, application of the Springfield, Middle School. I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt resolution number 1645, a resolution granting a waiver to the formal land development review process in order that the school district of Springfield Township may construct a shot put pad site, high jump, bleachers, and walking paths at the Springfield Middle School property. The waiver is conditional upon the installation of a landscape buffer adjacent to the Bergen Road properties by the spring of 2025, and the completion of the on-site parking improvements to discourage school visitors from parking on Bergen Road when events are conducted at the school. That is my resolution.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second? Questions or comments? Peter, you going to try out the high jump when it's done?
I thought the shot put's more
Shot put.
my event, yeah.
Okay,
Peter will put the shot.
very good. Okay. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. We will now go to the chairman of the Administrative Fiscal Affairs and Zoning Committee, Commissioner Cobb.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, regarding the bill listing, I move that the Board of Commissioners approve the July check reconciliation in the amount of $910,583.26 and the August bill listing in the amount of $683,812.74. That's my motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. Please record a unanimous vote.
Great. Regarding a legislative liaison, I move that the Board of Commissioners designate our own Commissioner Edward H. Morris to serve as the legislative liaison for the Board of Commissioners of Springfield Township. Purpose of a legislative liaison is to remain informed about proposed legislation that may impact local communities and to communicate those impacts to elected officials in the Pennsylvania General Assembly. That's my motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ed, for stepping up.
As soon as you vote.
Hmm?
As soon as you vote, there's a second, you need to vote.
I'll make it a prediction. I think we're
Oh, a
good.
prediction.
We're gonna hold off. We're just gonna hold off for a little bit.
Thank you, but no thank you. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Please record a unanimous vote. Congratulations, Commissioner Morris. You now have more work.
Regarding the zoning hearing board membership. Under cover letter of July 23rd, 2024, Megan McDonough informed the Board of Commissioners that it was necessary for her to resign her position as a member of the Springfield Township Zoning Hearing Board for professional reasons. Mrs. McDonough has been a member of the Zoning Hearing Board for 22 years, and the Board of Commissioners thanks her for contributing her time and talents to the Springfield Township community. As a result of Mrs. McDonough's resignation, there is a vacancy as a member of the Zoning Hearing Board. Therefore, I move that the Board of Commissioners appoint James Brown to fill Mrs. McDonough's unexpired term as a member of the Springfield Township Zoning Hearing Board. Mr. Brown currently serves as the alternate member of the Zoning Hearing Board. Mr. Brown's new term of service shall expire on December 31st, 2026. As a result of Mr. Brown's appointment, there is a vacancy as the alternate member of the Zoning Hearing Board. An alternate member attends and may participate in the regular meetings of the Zoning Hearing Board, but casts a vote only when a regular member must recuse themselves or is absent from a meeting. Township residents who are interested in serving as an alternate may send their resume to the attention of Michael Taylor, Springfield Township Manager, 1510 Paper Mill Road in Winmore, or via email at maddog with 2 Gs at springfieldmontco.org. Is that really your email, Mike?
What's that? M Taylor?
Mad
Oh,
Dog.
M. Taylor, excuse me. M. Taylor at springfieldmontco.org.
I like Mad Dog better.
Mad Dog? I like Mad Dog.
Also goes to.
And that is my motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Motion is to accept the.
Questions or comments?
And
Motion is to,
to accept the resignation and appoint Mr. Brown.
And appoint.
any questions or comments?
Who was the second? I missed that.
I second.
Okay. The legislative liaison has the second.
There we go.
LL, short. Let's call me LL.
LL. Cool.
Jay,
Jay.
all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Those recorded unanimous vote.
Great. And finally, reading this month's zoning hearing board agenda. The Springfield Township Zoning Hearing Board will meet on Monday, August 26th at 7 p.m. within the Springfield Township Building, where they will hear the following application. The application of Jennifer and Todd Silvius, owners of the property located at 503 Ascot Road in Orland. Property owners have requested a variance seeking approval to install a 140 square foot accessory building 3 feet from the side and rear property lines instead of the required 7 feet. That property is zoned within the B residential district of Ward 6 of Springfield Township. And a copy of that application and information submitted is on file in the Community Development Office and may be reviewed during normal business hours. Again, that application will be heard on Monday evening, August 26th at 7 p.m. And that's my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Cobb. We'll now go to the Chairwoman of the Parks and Recreational Resources Committee, Commissioner Retz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have one formal announcement and just a few casual ones here. The Board of Commissioners and Recreation Center Advisory Committee are in the process of scheduling 3 public meetings to educate and obtain feedback from the community about the Recreation Center Master Plan. The first meeting will occur in a virtual format sometime in mid-September, and it's intended to introduce the project to the public. An open house meeting will follow at the Recreation Center in mid-October to provide tours of the existing facility and to solicit comments from community stakeholders. A third meeting is planned for mid-November. Please be sure to monitor the township website and social media accounts for more information as meeting dates are confirmed. And you really look forward to launching that project. Want to emphasize wanting to provide every avenue for everyone to participate. First, the virtual one, so that everyone can sort of get a feel for what the project is and come to the table in the on-site project with information in hand. And so that is one announcement. I wanted to comment that Cisco looks good. And for those who have been asking, we are in the process of scheduling a ribbon cutting ceremony, date TBD. I know lots of folks have been asking. I see some already trying to use it. Please give it some space until it's officially open. But of course, I won't tell if a ribbon is down. And that said, as we approach the school year, I wanted to just remark that there are so many things going on at Parks and Rec. We're going to be adding a new committee member. And just to remind folks, for those who have interest in the parks, to come out to our monthly parks meeting and talk to us there. Another thought here I wanted to share that Community Day. A Community Day has been scheduled for October 6th for those who have been asking. Just put that on your calendar and keep an eye out, and please come and volunteer. Always in need of more hands for Community Day. Please do. Speaking of another event, we have State Rep Nelson is hosting a town hall tomorrow at the library from 6:30 to 8 p.m. about any topic you wish to speak with your state representative about. That will be at the library tomorrow, the 15th, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And one final note, I think I meant to do this last month and just forgot. I know the Winmore Hose Company has been just wanting to reach out and remind residents, of course, of all of their hard work and what they do to keep us safe. They were struggling with donations this go around and are just looking to remind all of us to go out and be sure to support them as you can. Really, really appreciate that. A little bit of a roundabout additional announcements that I intended to make, but thoughts kept coming. So appreciate that, Mr. President. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Ratzibon. Now go to the Chairman of the Environmental Resources Committee, Commissioner May.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, with the recycling report. During the month of July 2024, Springfield Township residents recycled 176.1 tons of material with a householder participation rate of 58.9%. The net cost for the month was $15,429.36. The Board of Commissioners would also like to encourage all residents to practice grass cycling. Grass cycling is the practice of leaving grass clippings on one's lawn to naturally decompose and add nutrients, as opposed to bagging them up and putting them out with your trash. Grass is 80% or more water and has high nitrogen content. Grass clippings break down easily and are returned to the soil within 1 to 2 weeks. The clippings act as a fertilizer supplement and mulch for lawns. Grass cycling also reduces the use of plastic bags for disposal and reduces the amount of refuse that must be disposed by the township at the present cost of $79 per ton. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner May. We'll now go to the Chairwoman of the Public Works and Facilities Committee, Commissioner McNamara.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have one item regarding Skyline Drive Stormwater Detention Basin. I move that the Board of Commissioners award a contract to Plymar Construction Company Incorporated of Plymouth Meeting, PA, for their low bid of $164,430 to complete the Skyline Drive Stormwater Detention Basin project. On June 27th, 2024, the township opened bids for the project and only one bid was received. Prior to issuing a notice to proceed to the contractor, the township engineer will review the unit prices and quantities to ensure that the final cost of work closely aligns with the final plans. That is my motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Questions or comments?
just a question, yes. This is a not to exceed 154, is that the deal?
This is what their bid submittal was, and it would not exceed that unless there was a change order to add additional work and cost to it. There could be a change order issued that reduces the cost based upon the actual quantities installed.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Please record a unanimous vote. Does that conclude your report?
That concludes my report. Mr.
Thank you,
President.
Commissioner McNamara. We'll now go to the Chairman of the Cultural Resources Committee, Commissioner Morris.
May it please the board, Mr. President, sadly and regrettably, on behalf of the Cultural Resources Committee, I have nothing to report.
That is wonderful news. Thank you, Commissioner Morris. We will now, the board is now once again open to receiving public comment. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. We are adjourned. Please record a unanimous vote. We are adjourned. 7:52.
Whoa, whoa.
7:52.